students, welcome back to my channel again. Today we are going to learn some of the topics of class 9's surface areas and volumes chapter. Now in this chapter there are 4 topics: volume and surface areas of cube and cuboid, volume and surface areas of right circular cylinder, volume and surface areas of right circular cone, and volume and surface areas of sphere. Now, among them, we have completed volume and surface areas of cube and cuboid in the previous sessions. Today, our topic is right circular cylinder. So, without wasting any time, let's start with the video. Our topic is surface area and volume of a right circular cylinder. Now, before go to the detailed topic, you need to understand what is actually right circular cylinder. For that, you look at this circular structure. This circular structure having the radius r units. So this circular structure's circumference will be 2 pi r units and its area will be pi r square units. If we stack many circular plates like this with the same radius, then we will be getting this kind of figure, where the height we are getting as h units. I have just simplified the figure here so that you can understand the point why this cylinder is called right circular. First of all, the cylinder is called circular cylinder because it's both the bases, or you can say both ends, are circular. And why right circular? Because this middle line, or you can say in mathematics, axis of cylinder is at right angle to the radius of circular bases. For that reason, this type of cylinder is called right circular cylinder. In our syllabus, only right circular cylinder will be discussed. Now I just told that you have got these 3 measurements. Coming to number 1 figure, number 2 figure, number 3 figure, and now 4th figure. Look at this rectangle. Think about this rectangle is a piece of paper, whose breadth is h units and length is 2 pi r units. Why I have taken this 2 pi r units? You will understand one thing, that suppose this particular rectangular piece of paper, if we are folding like this, suppose we are folding over here, means this is the connecting point. Okay, we are folding it. That means this area, this boundary line, not area, sorry, the boundary line, this boundary line is actually starting from here to here. So the boundary line is actually equal to its length. Now boundary line means its circumference. So this boundary line will be 2 pi r units. That's why I have taken the length as 2 pi r units. And this height, which is h, is basically the breadth of the paper. So height h I have taken as its breadth. Now this rectangle's area is equals to 2 pi r into h, length into breadth, square units. So it's 2 pi rh square units. Now this particular rectangle paper's area is becoming the curved surface part or the rolled surface part of this cylinder. That means paper's area will be equals to curved surface area of this cylinder. So curved surface area, which can be written in short form as CSA of a cylinder, is equals to 2 pi RH square units. So the formula is CSA equals to 2 pi RH square units. CSA of what? CSA of cylinder, right circular cylinder, that is 2 pi RH square units, where R is the radius of circular base and H is the height. Look at figure number 5, this one. Okay, there is a cylinder like structures and there are two lids. Okay, one is the top lid and another is the bottom lid. Obviously these two lids are circular plates. So what will be total surface area of a cylinder? Total surface area of a cylinder is CSA. CSA means this part, look, the shaded part, and areas of two circular faces. Total surface area means curved surface plus these two. So areas of two circular faces will be added. Now curved surface area, already we have got the formula is 2 pi RH plus two circular faces area will be pi r square plus pi r square. That means 2 pi RH plus 2 pi r square. That equals to 2 pi r into h plus r, because 2 pi r we can take as common, this square units. So we have got the formula as TSA of a right circular cylinder is 2 pi r into h plus r square units. Writing the units is mandatory. Now from figure 1 and 2, look at the figures 1 and 2. We get that if we are taking the whole space occupied inside this cylinder, what we will get? One plate's area is pi r square. Like there are many plates and the height of all plates is h. Therefore we can write the space occupied for plates of h height equals to pi r square for one plate and h for height cubic units. Therefore we can write volume of a cylinder is equals to pi r square h cubic units. Now our next topic is hollow cylinder. Mostly they will be used as pipe. Now hollow means what? Hollow means empty. So the cylinder will be actually empty inside. I have drawn the figure over here so that you can understand little bit. This ring like structure, actually the material of the pipe or the hollow cylinder, from the center to the outer corner or outer boundary, that is capital R is the outer radius. Small r from the center to the inner boundary, that is inner radius. So from these data we can say outer curved surface area will be 2 pi RH is the formula. Now in place of small r we are using capital R because it is outer curved surface area. Inner curved surface area will be 2 pi RH because small r is the inner radius. H is same for both. Therefore, we can say that CSA of a hollow cylinder without leads, there are no leads, pipe-like structure I told. We can say there are two curved surfaces, outer curved surface and inner curved surface. So, they will be added. That means we are getting 2 pi RH plus 2 pi smaller h. So equals to 2 pi h into r plus r. 2 pi h we have taken as common. Okay. Now we have to find out for hollow cylinder that volume of material used in a pipe type object or hollow cylinder. Look at the figure. I have drawn the figure whatever possible for me. I have tried to draw the figure in a convenient way. Look, the shaded part is actually the material and the inside part is the empty part. Now this empty part's radius is small r and the outer radius is capital R. Height we know, height is h. So volume formula is pi r square h. That means this empty part's volume is pi small r square h. But if we are taking the volume of the whole, then we are getting volume is pi capital R square h. So the whole volume is this. Empty part's volume is pi r square h. That means the volume of the material will be whole minus empty part. So we have written over here outer volume minus inner volume. We can take pi h as common. So pi h, that means r square minus r square cubic units. So these are the formula for today's session. Related to these formula, there are two exercises in your book. Those are exercise 13.2 and exercise 13.6. These two exercises, all questions will be your homework. So, this is all about today's session. I hope you have understood all the formula and the topic as well. And I hope that you can apply all these formula properly in all questions of your homework. So we will meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye and thank you.